Dan saya kata, buat je. Allah yang bagi rezeki, bukan manusia yang bagi rezeki.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Nur Hazira binti Hassan. So today, me and my friends going to do a presentation about Encik Kucing Pet Shop. We are from NBM 1A Group 11.
Alright, through this table of content, I'm going to do a quick breakdown about what we're going to discuss. So, first of all, I will introduce all of you about my group lead and of course about your presenter. Next, we will move to discussion about company background, business characteristics, classification of business, recording process of business, and lastly, pro and cons about recording process. So stay tuned. So now, you're going to know about us. And for the first presenter is me, Nur Hazira binti Hassan. For the second presenter is Nur Fatin Shazawani. And for the third presenter is Amirul Aiman. And for the fourth presenter is Haris Azri.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fatin Shazawani binti Mazlan, and I will explain about the company background and business characteristics. Business name for this business is Encik Kucing Pet Shop. Why the business name Encik Kucing Pet Shop? It is because of the owner want to make in Bahasa Melayu and what the name sounds catchy and different. For the type of business is sole proprietorship and it is located at Jalan Jati Bukit Presik 11/25 Putrajaya. And for the location why Encik Iqbal choose Presik 11 is because it is the biggest precinct in Putrajaya and got no other pet shop. For the operation hours is from Tuesday to Sunday, open at 11 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. For the business capital, it is amount are at 37,000 ringgit. For the business activity, they had a pet shop, selling a cat stuff like a food, pet hotel and a cat breeding. So for this slide, I will share about the history of Encik Kucing Pet Shop. First thing first, before Encik Iqbal start his own business, Encik Iqbal worked as a telephone agent. And because of the difficulties, Encik Iqbal lost his job. Next, it is start with a hobby of petting cats for almost 2 years. And Encik Iqbal start to running a small business by online in Facebook, which is cat breeding and receive a lot of support. At last, Encik Iqbal decided to open a shop and turn the hobby into the career. First, the capital is contributed by the owner, so Encik Iqbal using his own money to start this business. It is registered under Business Registration Act 1957. Sole proprietorship is owned by one person. Encik Kucing Pet Shop is owned by Encik Iqbal Hassan. For management and control, Encik Iqbal are managed and controlled by himself. So there is advantage which is give Encik Iqbal to complete control over the company. Encik Kucing Pet Shop has unlimited liability, which means if the business goes bankrupt and the assets are not enough to cover the debt, the payable have a right against the owner personal property. Next, for profit, it is belong to Encik Iqbal bin Hassan and losers will be borne by him. And last is no legal obligation to keep book and prepare account because of only Encik Iqbal running the business and no need law to be inherited.
Hi, it's me again, and from now I will take over and will discuss with you guys about classification of business.
Classification of business has been divided into 5 kind of type, which is asset, liability, capital, revenue, and expenses. So first of asset is all our properties that owned by a business and divided into two types of asset, which is non-current asset and current asset. The next one is liability. Liability is the fund that are supplied by the third party for the business to execute their asset. And liability also same goes to asset, which is they have two types of liability, which is non-current liability and current liability. The third point is capital. Capital is own supply fund to the business to acquisition of asset. Capital and liability is quite safe, which is the purpose is to acquisition asset. But the difference is liability is from the third party's fund, but capital is from the own fund. One is revenue. Revenue is in a simplest word, which is money inflow to the business after selling goods or services. Which is, in another hand, revenue also as everything of inflow money to the business, which is as example like commission or any kind of inflow money that the business can earn. So the last point is expenses. Expenses also known as cost of asset, consume or services used in the process earning income. On the other hand, expenses also can be simplest by the term money flow out in the business process. To the asset point discussion, what is current asset? Current asset is asset that are either cash or can be converted into cash within 1 year. As we can see from the example Encik Kucing Pet Shop, there is a three kind of current asset that we can see, which is inventory and stock. For the second one is cash in hand, and for the third one is cash at bank. For the second column is non-current asset. Non-current asset is divided into three types of non-current asset, which is tangible non-current asset. There is an asset that have a physical substances, while the second one is intangible non-current asset, which is there is no physical substances like franchise or trademark. And the last one, the third type is investment. So for the example in Encik Kucing Pet Shop, we can see there is one kind of non-current asset, which is tangible non-current asset. The asset that have a physical substances. As you can see in the column, I already share the pie chart of the non-current asset, which is tangible non-current asset, which is divided into three. The highest fraction of the pie chart is the furniture and fittings, which is earn 40% from the chart, and have same percent for the office equipment and machinery, which is 30%. As we can see, the highest percentage in this chart is furniture and fittings. This is because, like my friend Fatin already explained, that Encik Kucing Pet Shop also provide hotel for cats, and they need more cage and more with more furniture and fitting to make sure the space for the cats hotel is more efficient. So for the two fraction of non-current asset, which is machinery and office equipment, there is needed for running business in the shop. So why Encik Kucing Pet Shop there is no intangible non-current asset? Because they don't have any franchise or any trademarks. And for the investment, Encik Kucing Pet Shop also don't have any investment so far, and that's why they not involved in this current asset, non-current asset type. Bonus equity also can be known as capital. As I already explained in previous slide, I will share the example of the capital through Encik Kucing Pet Shop. The founder, Mr. Ikwan, use his saving money to start up the business with self money, which is RM37,000. In the capital point, we also will learn about drawing terms. And what is drawing? Drawing is the action of taking funds from an account or company holdings for individual users. For example, in Encik Kucing Pet Shop, Encik Ikwan usually takes some of clumping set and cat's food for his personal cats at home. In this context, drawing will affected of decreasing of capital, while in order we need to increase the capital, profit are very needed in this case. These are divided into two, same goes as asset, which is current liability and non-current liability. Current liability is amount owned by the business that are to be paid within 1 year. For example, Encik Kucing Pet Shop have not made any current liabilities. This is because they don't have any liability which is fund from the external supplier that has been done during 1 year, within 1 year. So, moving to the non-current liability. Non-current liability is amount owned by the business that are not repaid within 1 year. So, from our interview, I received the info which is Encik Ikwan made 30,000 ringgit, which is a long-term loan, and they need to pay the loan within. To the fourth point is revenue. Revenue also known as an income. In other hands, money flow in the business. From the interview, the information that we received, Encik Kucing Pet Shop received 3 sources of income, which is first one is pet shop. They are selling pet equipment and needed. For the second income is from breeding pets, especially in breeding cats, and for the third one is the cat's hotel. And from Encik Ikwan information, he also shared with us that he is planning to open new service in his pet shop, which is a cat grooming in 2023. Encik Kucing Pet Shop earn income net RM25,000 per month. So now we are moving to the last point of classification of business, which is expenses. That we know basically about expenses is all about money flow out from the business, and we are focusing in operating expenses because Encik Kucing Pet Shop didn't have any non-operating expenses, which is there is no tax that Encik Kucing Pet Shop paid for. So from the interview, we know and we already divided the operating expenses into 5 kind of operating expenses, which is utility, Wi-Fi bills, rented shop, worker salary, and purchase inventory or any stocks. So for the utility bills have 2 kind of bill, which is electric bills and water bills. They are monthly statement of the amount a whole house or business own for essential service or utilities. And moving to the Wi-Fi bills is because Encik Kucing Pet Shop, they do lots of marketing through internet medium, specifically in Google review. So they really do this Wi-Fi, so they need to expense some amount of money for the Wi-Fi bills. And the third point is rented shop. Encik Kucing Pet Shop didn't have any asset for building, so they have rented shop. So this is distribution in operating expenses. For the worker salary, Encik Kucing Pet Shop also have 1 assistant and 1 worker, which is 1 amount of money that needs to expense in worker salary, because Encik Kucing Pet Shop, which is Encik Ikwan, also need 1 assistant for running his business. And the last one is purchase.
the business buys stock and inventory 2 times per month, and overall for the per month expenses net that Encik Kucing Pet Shop needed to spend for their business is RM11,510.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Muhammad Amirul Aiman bin Zalman. My number ID student 2024158. Today I will present how the process of recording the business company is went. Before that, I want to explain how this business process happens. This pet shop provides 3 facilities and extraction for buyers. First one, selling cat with beautiful fur that are taken care of by the owner of the shop himself. Second, the owner shop provides cat needs such as quality pet food and various types of food according to the cat suitability. Last one is not complete if you have a cat without a home. This store also provides cat cares of various types and sizes according to suitability of the buyer. So, this is facility provided by this pet shop. Demand is also high due to the strategy placement because at present 11 has only one pet shop, which is Encik Kucing Pet Shop. Next, process of recording. How does Mr. Ikhwan record all incoming and outgoing transactions, whether sales, liabilities, equity and drawing in its company? The record system used by Mr. Ikhwan for business transaction record. He just used a book list in terms of recording sales, liabilities and all money going in and going out of the company. For now, all transaction records that are made only use the manual system, which is the book list.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Hari Azri, and I'm going to talk about the pro and cons recording process. We're going to first with the advantage. First, we have general ledger by hand. It's a double entry accounting method. It makes filing tax returns easy because all expenses and income are in one place. Second, we have patient. The owner passion for pets will help to improve the customer experience and increase positive feedback. On the third, we have prices of the cat food. Pet stores can have deep discount when it comes time for clearance. This will entice customers to visit his pet shop. Last, we have lack of competition. Area where there are very few or no cat shop available, there will be very little competition. So now we will look at the disadvantage. First, we have using manual ledger book. As we know, general ledger book is a complete record of company transaction over a period of time, documenting changes to asset, liabilities, equity, expenses, and revenue. By making use of general ledger book, every time we want to trace something, it will become more difficult, including tracing the price of the pet food or seeing what we paid previously for operational use. Second, we have issues with the economy. Because of the economic concern, it will have an impact on the cost of operation and pet food. On third, we have lack of manpower. Conversely, a lack of adequate manpower prevents businesses from completing tasks. The lack of productivity translates into reduction in revenue and profit, which in some cases means the business can't stay operational. And the last, we have lack of brand recognition. Brand awareness is a vital part of business success. If people do not know you exist or understand what you offer, your best marketing efforts will not convert into sales. Without sales, your company cannot survive. As the owner, they need to learn ways to strategize and market their business.